My people, here is how to draft a bustier blouse pattern, okay? We are starting with the front pattern, and this is the pattern paper we are working with. See, don't mind my voice, I just woke up, okay? Now, the first thing I went ahead to do is from the top, I mark 6 inches, and that 6 inches will be our chest line. Some people do 5 inches, but me, Adauju, I like to do 6 inches because of the results I get, okay? So after marking 6 inches, the next thing I went ahead to do was to draw a straight line. Now I'm going to draw several other lines, which I'm going to explain to you, okay? So this is my chest line. And the next line following after my chest line is my bust line, my bust point. And you guys know that from the top, our bust point is 8 inches, okay? After marking my bust point at 8 inches, the next thing I went ahead to do was to mark my nipple point. And my nipple point for my shoulder is 10 inches. Then I went ahead to mark my under bust line and the length of the blouse, which is 22 inches, okay? So these are all the lines on this pattern right now. So you are going to transfer your own points to the pattern. Okay, now from the middle, the next thing I went ahead to do was to mark my bust span divided by my nipple to nipple point divided by 2, and that is 4 inches. Okay, so I marked 4 inches and I connected all my markings with a straight line. Connected my markings with a straight line. So we have a very beautiful straight line going on here. The next thing I went ahead to do, at my under bust point, I marked 1/2 inch on that side, and on the other side I marked 1 inch. Okay, you guys can see. Then at my blouse length, I marked 1/2 inch on that side, and on the other side I marked 1 inch. Okay, so after doing this, the next thing I went ahead to do was to draw a straight line to connect my blouse length to my under bust point. Okay, now the next thing I went ahead to do, I used a slanted, more like a triangle, to connect my under bust point to my nipple point, which is what we have going on there, guys. Yeah, so this is what we have here for my under bust point and nipple point. Okay, so very beautiful bustier already going on here. Now at my chest line, I took 1/2 inch on both sides. Okay, I took 1/2 inch on both sides, and this is what we have going on now. Not this is what, and I connected the markings with a slanted line, more like an inverted triangle. Okay, so I connected my chest line to my nipple point with an inverted triangle. Okay, so this is what we have going on here, guys. Very simple, very straightforward. Now at my chest line, I came down by 1.5 inch. Okay, I came down by 1.5 inch so that I was sort of shape around my armhole point, around where my armhole is going to be. So I came down by 1.5 inch, and that's the line we have there. Okay, so now for the middle, I went ahead to mark my bust divided by 4, and that is the measurement I marked there. Okay, and you guys see the distance between those two places. I added it back to the pattern because you people know we are going to cut it out, so we don't want the pattern to be short, so I added it back. Okay, now after doing this, at my under bust point, I went ahead to mark circumference of my under bust. Of course, you know that circumference of my under bust divided by 4. Okay, then those 2 points as well, I added it back to the pattern. You guys know we always do away with that, so for the pattern to be accurate, you need to add it back. Okay, so your measurement will be accurate. We're good. Yeah, so the next thing I went ahead to do was to mark my waistline. Now here, because it's a blouse, I did not mark my waistline, I marked my hips. Because it's a blouse, I marked my hips because, you know, it's going to rest, because of the length of the blouse, it's going to rest around my hip side. So I marked my hips divided by 4. I also went ahead to add that part we're going to cut away back to the pattern. Then I connected my markings together, and this is what we have here. The next thing I went ahead to do now is to connect that point to the top, so we have like this high-low effect going on around the armhole. Okay, now the next thing I went ahead to do, guys, is to add sewing allowance to the pattern, and I went ahead to add 1 inch sewing allowance to the pattern. You might add 2 inches, you might add 1.5 inch depending on what you're working with, but me, I like to work with 1 inch. Okay, so after adding my sewing allowance, this is what the front part looks like. I went ahead to highlight it with my marker so you guys have like a better view. Okay, then I went ahead to target number 1, and I tagged this center front. I also went ahead to target number 2, and I tagged it side front. So this is what the front part of this pattern of this bustier blouse pattern looks like. After doing this, I went ahead to you see that part on top, we don't need it. The parts that are in the marker are the parts we need. Okay, so I went ahead to cut it out. This is what we have going on here, guys. This is what the front part of this bustier blouse looks like. This is what a basic bustier blouse looks like. Now it's time for the back pattern. So this is the pattern paper we're working with. Now, first of all, the back has a zip, so I went ahead to mark out my zip allowance at 1 inch, and after doing this, I connected it with a straight line. I don't know why my camera decided to blur, but anyway, thank God. Now you guys remember that around the armhole, we stepped our measurement down by 1.5 inch, which gave us like 7 inches. Okay, so for the back, we're going to mark 7.5 inches. You guys know we stepped it down by 1.5 inch, so 6 inches plus 1.5 inch, that is 7.5 inches. Okay, so which is what we are going to mark for the back. This will be where the starting point for the back back part is. Okay, so after marking that line, the next thing I went ahead to do was to mark my under bust point, which is 14 inches, and I also mark my blouse length, which is 22 inches, which is what I'm explaining to you guys. That line there is a 7.5 inch line. Okay, then from the top to that point is my under bust point, and from the top to that point is my blouse length, which is 22 inches. So you are going to mark yours. Okay, now from the middle, I marked 4 inches, which is like my standard dart point. Some people also take what their nipple to nipple measurement is at the back here, but me, I work with 4 inches because mine is around 4 inches too. Okay, so after marking this, the next thing I went ahead to do was to draw a straight line. Okay, so I drew a straight line at the bottom there. I took 1/2 inch on both sides because we want to shape the back part. Okay, I took 1/2 inch on both sides, and at the top I took 1 millimeter. You can see I switched to a ruler. I took 1/2 millimeter on both sides. Okay, 1/2 mm on both sides. So after marking 1/2 mm on both sides, the next thing I went ahead to do was to connect my markings together. And this is what I was trying to show you guys here, that I took 1/2 millimeter. The thing is bending my mouth on both sides, and then I connected my markings together. Some people don't do it this way, but this is how I do mine, and this is how I achieve the best result, because I don't want anybody coming to my comment section talking what I don't know. Please, let's respect ourselves. This is a new year. Okay, no grief for anybody. Right now, from the middle, that's my zip allowance part, I went ahead to mark my bust divided by 4. You see that part? We're going to cut it off, so I went ahead to add it back to the pattern. Okay, then I also went ahead to mark circumference of my under bust divided by 4. I marked the measurement there. Okay, I marked it there, and see the distance between those 2 points. I added it back because you guys know the drill. We're going to cut it off. For people that don't know the drill, we're adding it back. Okay, now from the middle, I also marked my hips measurement divided by 4. You guys know that this blouse is going to stop around the hips, so it's going to relax well. And see the distance between those 2 points. I also added it back. Okay, now after marking all the markings, the next thing I went ahead to do was connect my markings together. I connected my markings together, and this is what we have going on here, guys. This is then I went ahead to add 1 inch sewing allowance to everything, so that in case of mistake, I also need seam allowance to hold the style. Then I connected the markings together, and this is what we have here for the back part. You see that top part? We don't need it. I would have drafted without the top part, but I didn't want you guys to get confused. Now I went ahead to draw it out with my marker, so you guys have a better view. Then I also drew arrows, so you know where each pattern, because sometimes this back pattern, the front and the back will be confusing you, the top and the bottom. So you have to draw the arrows where they are going to face, where they are going to go to, so you don't get confused. Then I also went ahead to tag it center back, tagged it number 1, tag this side back, tagged it number 2. Okay, so this is what we have here for the back part. Then I went ahead to cut the back part, and this is what the back part of this pattern looks like. In fact, I always love the back part of patterns more than the front part. I don't know why. Maybe because it's very simple to draft. So this is what the front and the back parts of this bustier blouse looks like. You need to come back for the sewing tutorial. My voice is cracking, guys. I just woke up. Thank you so much for watching. If you're watching from Facebook to Instagram, Facebook, not Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, don't forget to like, don't forget to follow, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next. Bye.